Hello everyone! In this video you will see the edited footage from February of me creating this rug. I'm Marjolein Turin, designer of Somnia Romantica. I'm the sole person behind this fashion label. Everything is designed and handmade by me. Kind disclaimer. I'm a small independent fashion designer living from my fashion designs. Please do not copy my designs. Seeing it as inspiration is absolutely okay though. Note, this is a peek over my shoulder. I do not master official techniques. I'm self-taught, I work in an unconventional, often intuitive way. This is the front. This is the back, the side back. I'll put it like this. And the mid back. This is the shoulder part. And this is the sleeve. Puff sleeve. It's a lovely patterned fabric and I tried to cut it symmetrical. I'm going to combine it with these beige peachy colors. Last thing I wanted to mention, during the filming of this piece I was very ill, as I have been for the first 4 to 5 months of this year. It took 3 weeks of recording and it was the only thing I managed to make in those weeks. This helped me back then to keep my eyes on recovery. I am doing very well by now. It was a bit heavy to edit, but it also feels good, as it honors my efforts from back then. My temporary Yuki sewing machine. The other one has to go in maintenance service. So Yuki will have to do. First I'm putting everything through the serger machine to give it neat seams. I have to be very careful to keep on seeing what is the inside and the outside. Here I am pleating the puff sleeve. And the other one, I'm giving it very dense pleats to make a nice big puff. I think it's good to say don't try this at home. Because I'm using no pins and that's absolutely a no-go for many people. So, laatste naad. Last seam. This will be the fastening. It's a hook and eye fastening. And here you can see originally it's with 2 rows, it's for lingerie, but I removed 1 row because for this it's a front fastening and I think it's more neat when you have only 1 row. So I'll go here with the serger. There's the serger, and be very careful not to hit this row because then your serger won't be happy, your needles will break. I use this line as a reference. This line has to be the cutting line. Hi, by the way. I always do the speed 1 notch down because otherwise it goes very fast and I don't like that. But I think I have the most control of the machine when I keep it like this. And this soft part will be the modesty panel, so this one will be flipped around. And then again I have to be very careful not to hit the iron part. I set the stitch as much to the right side as possible. Which is for the flipping washing machine. That way this foot will make sure that I don't hit the iron part. Of course it's recommended to pin this. It's the other side. I'll make sure that this line is aligned with this line. Now it looks still a bit like contrasting, but I know I have done this before, it will be very nice. Ta-da! By the magic power of this awesome trim, which ties both together, see? We'll first do this one. Now I'm going to sew onto the trim, so I will change my yarn from this ivory green one to this beige one. Here I'm constantly putting the trim in place to make sure that it doesn't stretch out. Then I go all the way up and down 3 times to make sure everything is nice and flat. Now the trick is to make the other side symmetrical. That's always a bit of a annoying process. Another day at the office, making this symmetrical. Going up and down again to make everything nice and flat. And now that was the famous sound of no lower thread. Trying to make it somewhat symmetrical. Let's hope it's acceptable. So I chose a nice lace. So I have this fancy machine and it has like 1,000 options, and I only use the straight and the zigzag. If you have a simple machine like with a straight stitch and a zigzag, you can come a long way. The first 5 years of my business I did all on the sewing machine of my mom, which she in her place already had like 20 years. I'm sewing this little happy cute trim on the back. It's slightly imperfect, but I'll live with it. Putting the same lace trim on the back of the shoulder panels, where the shoulder panels are attached to the back panels. I'm always looking for this balance between, on one hand I like to have it theatrical, but I also want to keep it stylish, and I'm always struggling with that balance. Today I'm going to put this together, sleeves. Another angle. Always checking if I have the right thread in. I am now also sewing the lace trim on the front of the shoulder panels, where the front and the shoulder panels are attached. Back at the lock machine, the serger. Quelle différence. What a difference. I have to redo this. A century later. We will insert the sleeve. So we have the bodice inside out. This is the front. And then we have the sleeve. This is the upper side. Oh, this is the upper side. This is the lower side. Armpit. Armpit, armpit. I always make it so that it's a bit behind. So the seam of the sleeve is a bit behind the side seam of the bodice. That makes a more hidden sleeve seam. I marked everything that does not puff. Yeah, apologies for that jersey. It's
sort of died in the washing machine, but it was still so comfy to wear, so yeah, there you go.
So. Pooh. This is to make sure it won't fray. Hello, another day. And I'm going to sew this lace onto the bottom of this, and after that I'm going to attach this lace as a layer over it. This lace will go on the inside of the top. It immediately covers the serger seam.
Making some nice big pleats here, and you can see that I keep the lace flat when I'm sewing it, so to make sure that it won't fold.
This is the mid back. We want to make it symmetrical, and I have the mirrored part of this lace. You can see it over here. This lace was first one broader lace. It was like this, and then I cut it through the wavy line, and then you have symmetrical scallop lace, which is great for things like this when you want to have it mirrored. I hope that I will have a good video out of this, because the light is really blah these times. Yeah, now I need to make the pleats symmetrical. I'm looking at the start, how I did it there, and I want to make them the same. And I'm happy. Look how cute. I want to be sure not to stretch this out, because it does stretch, and otherwise you have it could look like this. And this is very stiff, so I will push it a bit while sewing. Oh, I had it all right, but not the right thread. It's a minor but very important difference. Now see how it lands at the back. Then I'm going to make a pleat here, because this is not such a... This is the side seam. If I make the pleat here and make sure it lands at the back, in the mid, then it's all nice. No, off center. Yeah. So, starting at the mid to make sure.
Sure, the mid of the trim is at the mid back. That's how I wanted to finish that sentence.
Over here I have to make sure that the second circle lands here, so that like this. And then this one has to land with the fluffies just before. I always take the seams and then some mark at like this little thing. And over here we have to land right under this circle with this happy little plant. I will redo it one time, because it can be more neat.
A century later.
Now we finish it up. So, now it's nice and flat. And then we have the upper part. Now I think I will do this one on the inside. But what on the outside? Not this one again, that's too much. Got to set some boundaries. Then what?
A century later.
I've chosen this lace. Look at how cute. I had a previous video where I had a lace hole, and there you can see where I discovered this lace, because it was so totally cute. and it was hidden inside the cardboard.
Here I'm sewing this small trim that's also at the back and the shoulder parts at the inside of the neckline. And here I'm pleating the scallop lace at the outside of the neckline. Changing direction from the mid back. Folding it to the inside.
Yeah, I can live with that. Then it's time for the label. And that doesn't mean it's finished, it means the sewing is finished. And there's the label. The needle. I have clasps. I just decided on a lighter thread. Here I have really silver grey. It's the nicest. There goes my thread. I think the focus is okay. It could make my life a lot easier, no? Wait.
I got the groundbreaking idea to flip the camera so I could see if things are in focus.
This way. It took me only a century to figure out. I always live under the impression that the selfie camera is of a lesser quality. And I have to accept that I have to put away my rings. Sewing always with Gutermann because it's the strongest. And double thread, of course. And then with a very long, fine, sharp needle that sort of glides through the fabric. It's a stop naald. And then a very long and fine stop naald.
Darning needle. What do you know?
I've decided to do 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. So I first did the one between these clasps so that I have a reference for where this one should come. Then it will be spaced evenly. And then for the other side I close the clips and then I can see where the clasps should be. So around here, around here. That's important for the spacing towards the mid-front.
And then we are done. This is the front of the piece. Here you can see the back. A close-up of the shoulder and neckline, a close-up of the bottom of the front and a close-up of the back. And yet again, the front. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. A big thank you to my patrons. You can see them here. You are all awesome. Of course, likes and subscriptions are much appreciated. And if you have questions or comments, you can leave them below. All links that are relevant are in the description. See you next time. Bye bye.